Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering a new series, which is a spin-off out of the franchise of The Basketball Wives that's currently airing on VH1. I believe this is Basketball Wives Orlando. I believe it comes on at like 9 Central, 10 Eastern Time, I think. Don't quote me on that. It could be earlier than that. Uh, just to let you know, I didn't think that I would be tuning in at all. Because I've done with the whole Basketball Wives series. As you do know, that the LA series did debut also. So I was not going to watch because I'm not invested in it. I don't want any parts of it at all. And then I watched this episode and said, what? 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 Y'all, this show, the stuff that has happened in just the first episode is messy. Now with a Y, with an E, capital E, y'all. Capital E, y'all. So, however, all I can say is everyone is connected. We finally got some people that are friends or at least know each other for real, you know. The storylines are not calculated, and we're getting into the basketball world and the stuff that be going on between the women for real. We didn't really get that on Miami, not for real. We got all these ex-wives and things of that nature, but no one was really connected to one another. Shawnee was the central place in knowing some of the ladies, but these ladies and what's going on now, oh my God. But I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna quit talking, but thank you for coming to my channel. Please like this video, and if you enjoy my commentary, subscribe, and if you don't, still subscribe. We are a growing channel. This is a new channel. I had another page that's not it's disabled now, so here I am. And please leave your comments and share this video. Let's get into it. So, Megan James, who is on Basketball LA in the beginning seasons, I didn't even watch it when she was on, and when it was actually called LA. I didn't start watching LA until Tammy came on. And then I stopped when the person that I just do not respect at all did what she did, which is Evelyn. Y'all know what she did. And it now seems like the gods of VH1 have opened the floodgates and welcomed her in. It may be on MTV too, but I think it's on VH1. But anyways, no ma'am, no sir, am I going back to that series. So anyway, so Megan James is over here. She's moved to Orlando. She wants a drama-free life, but you're on reality. I know what she means, because on the LA version, and I think she's been on like Bad Girls Club. She's been on multiple reality shows where she has been a bad beat, you know? So she's fought everywhere, you know? But I think now that she's turning over a new leaf, she said that she's in her 30s and just ready to ground herself and needed a new fresh start, so she moves to Orlando. All right, so we're caught up on what's going on. She's looking to connect to some women, and a special guest has arrived, and she meets for lunch is Shawnee Henderson, the creator and executive producer of Basketball Wives franchise. She's there with her daughter, her last year in school, and also for sports that are going on right now. But she's agreed to help Megan connect with some of the ladies that she does know. Shawnee did live in Orlando for a long time when Shaq was her ex-husband, a part of Orlando Magic. So basically, she gives her advice. You know, you are the new girl, Megan, and you're coming into a situation that you may not know. You don't know what beefs have happened. You don't know who has a resentment towards whomever in the group. So it's best to just stay neutral and make peace a priority. Good advice, I think. All right, so we meet the first wife outside of Megan. Her name is Ashley Snell. She is the wife of Tony Snell. She owns a athletic leisure wear, and it's called ASC. Her business is located in Winter Park, and Winter Park is the most affluent area within, I guess, the central part of Florida. Of course, if you come down to South Florida, Boca Raton is the most affluent, and then the Palm Beaches are also affluent. And I'm down here, so I know what I'm talking about. And then you got Miami too. Let's see. So she said that she made her first million when she was either 23 or 24. I couldn't remember which one, what was her age at the time. She has 2 sons with Tony, and outside of being a boss and being a wife and being there to support her husband, she's a great mother and all that good stuff. So, all right, so we're on to the next wife. Her name is Morgan Bledsoe. She is the ex-wife of Eric Bledsoe, who was on the basketball team. I forget who's actually still on or who has retired right now, unfortunately. All right, so she's divorced from him, but they have 3 children, 12, 8, and 4. I forgot their names. I'll get it next time. She's been traveling back and forth to Orlando for the last couple of summers, and she's considering making this her new stomping ground. We see her in her opening sequence or opening of her package that she's within the beauty industry. She is looking for a building to open up her salon and also her beauty school that'll be attached to it. So we finally get some dialogue. Morgan's mom is there, Carlita. She plays kind of grandma, nanny. She comes and sits in with them and all that good stuff. But because of the other siblings that Morgan does have, she kind of travels around to be grandma / nanny to help with the grandchildren and all that. So, but right now she's staying in Orlando with Morgan. Megan is planning a brunch so that she can get to know the ladies. She ends up making a video to invite the ladies. She sends it to their Instagram and just see who bites and who doesn't. Morgan does say that there's this brunch that's coming up, and Miss Carlita asks, do you know everyone's there? And she said, well, I know some of the ladies, and Ashley's going to be there, but she doesn't know how she feels about that. We end up finding out that Ashley Snell, was her friend. It looks like they have history back when they lived in Milwaukee and all that good stuff. When it came down to Orlando, Morgan found out that Ashley had been handing over women for her husband to sleep with. I said, what? What? So we're getting these scenes. It looks like flashbacks, and it looks like last year they had a talk about it. Ashley was at the point of saying that she didn't do it, as far as passing along her friends to her ex, Eric. He knows enough women that he's effing all by himself. He didn't need my help, basically. Still, Morgan does not appreciate that and all that good stuff, and we're going to find out more concerning that as to why Morgan says what she says about Ashley. But that's a lot, though, y'all. But I guess that's what happens in the sports arena. Okay, so the brunch happens. Morgan arrives first, and she sees where the name tags of where name places, I think it is, are being set, and she immediately sees that she's sitting next to Ashley, and she says, and she moves Ashley's name tag to another plate away from her. Ashley arrives second, and she brings along a +1. Pavia, I think her name, or Pravia. They sit at the bar because they notice that Morgan is there, and they're saying little things about Morgan that aren't too favorable. So you can tell that the beef is still fresh between there, but we ain't got to the juicy part yet. The next wife that shows up that we get to know is Neek Brown. She's a social media influencer. She has a boyfriend who is Dwayne Bacon, I think it is his last name. He has 2 children with another wife that's on the cast. Her name is Mackenzie. But I got something to say in just a minute about that. Hold on about Mackenzie. Last year they did not get along, but now they're at least a cordial place. We're going to find out more about that as to why they wasn't really getting along. So the ex-girlfriend, I don't know if they were wife or not, but the ex-girlfriend and the new girlfriend are on the same cast. You see how messy this cast is? Oh my God. All right, so Mackenzie walks in next. Former girlfriend of Dwayne Bacon, and it did say in the caption, current girlfriend of Rashad Vaughn. I guess he's a basketball player. I don't know yet. And it seems like Mackenzie is the one that's the only friend to to Ashley. So that's going to be interesting too. So Morgan and Mackenzie are friends with each other, and she's feeling leery at how she. Well, I'll get into that in just a minute. So Morgan and Nick are pretty cool together. Um, Nick says that she's friends with both Ashley and Morgan, but she's staying out of it because it's none of her business. I agree. Don't do it. So Morgan's catching these eye glances from Ashley and her friend Pravia, whatever her name is. And they're having little sly comments by themselves on their end of the restaurant that they're at. All right, so all the ladies come together and sit. There's one person that's not there. Her name is Milan. We'll learn about her in just a few minutes. Megan introduces herself. She's new here and all that. And I'm just ready to get to know you guys. I'm here for positivity. Thank you for coming. And everyone's doing this cheers thing. And then everyone was saying how many glasses of liquor or champagne or whatever they had already. I think Morgan had 3 or 4 or 5 or something to that nature. And then Ash was like, "This is only my one." And then Morgan says, I said, oh. So it's about to be uncomfortable at this table right now. So all of a sudden they get up and everybody goes to their respective places. Morgan and Mackenzie sit down and basically Mackenzie's trying to figure out what is going on between you and Ashley. And where's this drama coming from? And Morgan says, exactly the same beef that we've had already. She's got a lot of stuff to say and I don't appreciate her, blah, 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 blah. So Nick and Megan, they go off into their little corner and they start talking and just saying different things about what they're going to do. And this is where Nick says, I'm both friends with Morgan and Ashley, but she's just going to stay out of it. Nick reveals that Mackenzie, the ex, that's a part of this cast, Ashley's friend, lives 3 doors down from her and her boyfriend. I forgot his name right now. Dwayne. I said, what? Not 3 doors down. Not the ex 3 doors down, but Mackenzie, well, she does say a little bit later, but let me just say it now. They're doing it as a better way to co-parent. So that's why she's 3 doors down. That's quiet. This is so crazy. Don't you understand why I'm watching this show now? So Morgan gets up to get a drink. She left Mackenzie by herself. But really it was to confront Parnia, I think that's her name, about all these looks. Now, I don't understand. Parnia, why are you getting yourself involved in it? I don't care if you are with Ashley, but it's like Ashley bringing this +1, I guess, to possibly intimidate Morgan. I guess you need to back up or whatever. I don't know. But it looks that way. And Morgan's trying to confront Parnia. She's not really saying anything. And then Ashley comes behind. Morgan, leave her alone. She's my friend. Like, and basically, Morgan does this. What she does? Just shut up. I'm talking to her. Why are you giving me nasty looks? I mean, really, you shouldn't be involved in this, but you want to be friends? Have at it, girl. So, Parnia's saying a little something you can't really hear, but Ashley's like, leave her out of this. So then Morgan puts her attention on Ashley and all this. Get your hand on my face. It wasn't in her face at first, but then it did become into her face. They get into a little tussle. Wasn't really fighting or anything. It was a grabbing of the hand and all that, but nothing happened. So we leave that place. So this is probably in the first between 10 to 20 minutes, y'all. That's why I'm watching the show and decided to review it too. The next scene, which I guess is the next day, Nika's playing a basketball. She's also going to be filming some content on the basketball court, and we meet Milan Hernandez, I think it is. She is the ex-girlfriend of Boy Boy. I guess he's the tallest guy in the NBA, or I think he's retired now or whatever. I don't remember him. Like, I do watch basketball, but I haven't really been into it for a while. Anyways, but I do support the Bulls forever. And I do support the Warriors. And that's that on that. She said that she's a basketball influencer and a bad beat. I don't know what a basketball influencer is, but I guess we'll find out whatever. So Nick has been friends with Milan for 3 years now. Morgan ends up showing up because Nick starts telling Milan about what happened at the brunch. But now that Monique has showed up, now she can tell her side of what's going on. And basically Morgan is fed up with Ashley, and she's just trying to figure out about why was Parnia there. It's like, why would you bring a +1 when you are a +1? Well, she is a basketball wife. I'm sure she's going to try to use that insult, and I think she kind of did. And I don't know if she, I don't think it was highlighted, but she did bring some shade about like she actually has a husband and all this good stuff, I think. So, and Morgan doesn't know if she wants to continue being friends with Mackenzie if she's going to be besties with Ashley, because it's just going to be a lot. I don't know. I think that maybe Morgan and Mackenzie can have a talk just to see if they could at least coexist. At least can you be neutral? But I think Morgan knows that Mackenzie isn't really being neutral because she's quite buddy with Ashley. So we're going to get into that in just a minute too. So Morgan says, I want to kind of do just a redo of what happened because it was a bust and a flop, and she knows that she's partly responsible of that. So she's going to have a get together where everyone comes out to a golf course, but it's also a place to dine in at. So I think it's like a country club, I think. And she's inviting all the ladies to come. All right. So Ashley and Tony, they do a date night. They talk about the children and then also the brunch. Tony says, I'm here to be of support and also be here for someone to vent to. For you to vent. I'm somebody that you can vent to. Some of these ladies don't have someone to actually have that, blah, 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 but just be nice and all this good stuff. So, the day of the golf event, Mackenzie and Nick are already out there. They are golfing away, swinging away, or whatever. Someone else came out there that I don't know who that is. Some lady with some red hair, but Mulan knows this person, I think, or somebody knows it, but whatever. Oh no, it was I said Mulan. Never mind. Mackenzie and Nick. This is Mackenzie's friend that's out there, but I think that this person is also pregnant. I have a feeling that she was auditioning to be one of the wives, and it didn't pan out because how she started being messy, you can tell that she's a part of. She had to have tried to audition. That's my theory. Yeah, I said someone comes over to try to talk to Mackenzie and Nick, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So it begins to rain, so the ladies come and go inside, and Milan and someone else. Oh, wait. Let me back up. My bad. Stop it. We won't talk about that golf scene again, but I have to back it up. Mackenzie and Nick. Mackenzie drops off one of the children to Tony and Nick. Not Tony and Nick, whoever his name is. The ex-boyfriend and Nick. And Mackenzie wants to talk with Nick. So they go outside and says, is there anything still bothering you? Because last year it wasn't really good, and now we're here during the summer. So Nick says, what bothered her the most as to what was going on is that Mackenzie took her anger out on Nick, and she had nothing to do with it. Basically, there's a lot of beef between her, at least back then, between her and the ex-boyfriend and Dwayne. And somehow it's been communicated that Nick was the other girl. Nick says that she doesn't know anything about him being with anyone. Mackenzie, I guess, has figured out that they were together. So, but she does take in consideration as to what Nick is saying and just saying, men can be men and all they do just lie. I feel like that was kind of a sneak dig to Watch a Man to Nick. What do you guys think? I was like, okay. Okay. It was interesting. So, because Nick was painted as his homewrecker and she wasn't like that. So, basically, they're at the point where they're going to respect one another. And Nick says, I'm down to have a blended family. It's good. Okay. So, we're at this redo golf event and all this good stuff. It rains. We go inside and they meet up with some of the other ladies that are there. All of a sudden, the lady, who is it, Morgan, that I think, said, is there anything that anyone needs to hash out? Let's clear the air right now. And Lindsay, who is the redhead, that was the friend of Mackenzie, all of a sudden says, like, Megan, I think you need to talk to Morgan. And Megan's like, especially in her confessional. So we find out that Megan dated Eric, Morgan's ex-husband. But she said that she didn't know that he was married or anything to that nature. It was a long time ago. It was a group date. They never hunched or anything to that nature. And I think she ended up saying that she didn't want this to be in a group setting, but I just want to let you know that this did happen, but nothing happened any further than what that date was. And Morgan says, that she knows everything from the divorce, basically giving indication that she already knew about Megan. I said, oh, okay. But she respects Megan for coming to her, and she says she has no hard feelings, and she welcomes Megan to Orlando and to the group. There was a couple other content creators like Jamie's That's Me and Scotty by Nature. They did say, and shout out to both of them, they did say that it looks like Megan isn't really going to be that person. It looks like Morgan is really the leader of the group. It's looking that way. I mean, well, she knows the women, and Megan's really coming into this thing. Just the network has decided to use Megan as a way to thrust this new group, since Megan is recognized out of everyone. So, Morgan. Oh, and then Megan asked about Morgan. So, how are things between you and Ashley? And Morgan said, "F Ashley." She said, Milan jumps in. She says that she was friends with Ashley, but now she keeps Ashley at an arm's length. She found out that Ashley is friends with one of Milan's enemies. She says, after knowing that I was in the same predicament as you because I heard things about you beforehand, my perception of you did change after what happened. And so it looks like somehow the people around Ashley do snake things. That's what I'm gathering. And Milan says, after what happened with me, I understand that nobody's really safe, I guess, within this sports arena world, especially when everybody's looking for a come up and for the next security man in their lives. So, oof. I mean, we got a little taste of that during The Game. If y'all remember that on the CW, BET, and Paramount, the show on Paramount, it was the reboot. I loved it. I did review it. Great writing. It got canceled after 2 seasons. I think it was because of viewership, unfortunately. So, anyways, Megan says, after what Lindsay did, and now Lindsay just opened her mouth and all this good stuff, I do believe that Ashley had to have told you about me having a date with Eric. Eric was the only one that knows, so Eric has to be talking with Ashley. And Megan says that she knows for a fact that Megan is still talking with Eric, which is Morgan's ex-husband. And Mackenzie said, well, I don't really know that. I know that she's friends with Eric's new girlfriend. So you were friends with Morgan, the wife then, now ex-wife. Now you're friends with the guy and the guy's new girlfriend? That doesn't make any sense, and you seem very messy and trashy, and you have to really watch yourself around her. That's what I'm getting. Do you know how hyped up I was about when I first seen Ashley? I'm like, that's all you come with, lady? Stop that. Anyways, Mackenzie basically says, I volunteered to leave if we're going to just talk about Ashley because her and Ashley are friends. And Morgan was like, well, you don't volunteer to leave when she's talking ish about me. And Megan's like, what? No. Morgan's like, cut out the BS. I know all about y'all. Come on, stop it. So, really, Megan was like, well, I just would feel more comfortable if she was actually here. And Morgan said that she was invited and she chose not to show up. And so now we're talking about the stuff that's going on within the group. It is what it is. So now that Morgan has heard something from Megan about Ashley still being in contact with her ex-husband and the girlfriend, I don't think the girlfriend is a matter, but it's about the ex-husband. She wants to get the truth out of Ashley. So Ashley agreed to come to dinner and they just want to hash it out. Ashley thinks that, somehow we're going to have to get along or coexist or one of us has to go. Okay. Morgan asks Ashley, is there something that you want to say? And Ashley says, I actually don't. Okay. Morgan says that you have so much to say. Basically just going in about why are you talking to my ex-husband and all this good stuff. You have so much ish to say and it's not really cool and all that. She really goes in on her. And at this point, Ashley wants to jump in on certain things that Morgan is saying. And said, no, when you had a chance to speak, you didn't want to speak. So now I'm talking, you're going to listen to what I have to say. So Ashley just gets up insulted. I wonder if Ashley got a little bit in her. It gave a little Karen vibes. So anyways, Ashley's leaving, but she has to go sit in the car because Morgan goes and follows her. And, you know, she says, as much as Ashley's trying to deny anything about this passing along girls to the husband, she said this all came out during the divorce, basically during the discovery. She's not dumb. And you're too busy trying to play crazy or whatever. But I thought the men and the children were going to be left out of anything that we would have going on, but you seem to not be able to do that. And now Ashley's like, okay, I won't do that. So you've been doing that, Ashley, then? Anyways, Ashley ends up leaving and all this good stuff. But that's a lot for one episode. They came in hot and smoking, and I enjoyed the episode, and I think I'm going to get invested into the series, and I encourage you to do it. I'm not telling anybody not to watch LA, but if I were you, I wouldn't watch LA. You know, I mean, I value myself, and I value my black culture. To set up somebody still getting elevated who is a racist and who is a colorist, getting to benefit off of our dollar. No. So anyways, thank you for coming to my channel. Again, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. And until the next one, peace.